Roger. This is Kilowatt 9, Zulu, Sierra.
K9 Zulu Sierra. What's the name there?
K9 Zulu Sierra. What's the name there?
My name is Don, Delta Oscar November.
Roger, copy. That is Don. And whereabouts are you located, Don?
Roger, copy. That is Don. And whereabouts are you located, Don?
Well, sir, we are just outside of Indianapolis, Indiana. We're in the same state.
Roger, Don. And what radio is that you're running today?
Roger, Don. And what radio is that you're running today?
Well, sir, this is a 40-year-old Kenwood TS-530 SP, only 100 watts, and the microphone is really quite a joke, but I just wondered what you thought about the audio.
Okay, so let me see if I can get a better copy on you. If you would, why don't you tell me about your antenna system for about 10 or 15 seconds, and I'll look around and see if I can find a better copy on this, Roger?
15 seconds, and I'll look around and see if I can find a better copy on this, Roger?
Roger, Roger. The antenna, and the apex of it is about 25 feet off the ground, fed with some El Cheapo 300-ohm twin lead. Not anything to get excited about.
Roger, Roger there, Don. I've got a good copy on you on my local antenna. You look to be about 15 over. That microphone sounds pretty tinny, though. What kind of microphone is that?
You'll probably get a laugh out of this. I've been using the same microphone for the 40 years, and it started out as a Kenwood, a D104, which I got at a ham fest for about $1. Took it home, cleaned it up, and stripped out the element and the electronics out of it, and replaced it with an element out of a Radio Shack micro cassette recorder mic is what it is.
Roger, Roger. Well, you know it. Like I say, it's really mid-rangey, extremely mid-rangey. Would you like to try to broaden it out some?
I don't know what we can do. I've never used the processor in this radio. When I first got it years ago, I remember somebody saying, try it without the processor function, and because it always sounded a lot better.
All right. Well, let's see. How old did you say that radio was?
Oh, it's right at 40 years of age.
Okay, so it's probably a 300 to 2600 band pass, something like that. So what we can do, does it have any onboard EQ?
Not familiar with the term there. It does have a processor, like I said, that I never used.
Roger. Equalization. Does it have any equalization to it?
Negative. Nothing that fancy.
Okay, so let's see what we can do as far as maybe trying to work that microphone a little bit closer, see if we can get some bass buildup going on it, Roger?
If you mean physically closer, me getting closer to it, I'm crowding it right now.
Are you right up in it right now?
Yeah, my mustache is touching it.
Oh, it sounds a little bit better there that way. It's got a little more drive to it, but it does sound just has a little more bass to it than where it was. You know, as you get closer or further back from the microphone, it's called the proximity effect. And as you get closer to the microphone, you have a rising bass characteristic for your audio. And as you get further away, it loses that bass the further back you get, Roger. So I'm trying to get you as much bass as I can and still, you know, not maybe get a lot of mouth noise in it, Roger.
Which I run at about a 7. I could crank it up a notch, I suppose. What that does.
Well, let's try this first. You say it does have a processor?
Oh, listen, let's try this first. You say it does have a processor?
Yes, it has a processor function. But like I said,
I'll tell you what, why don't you go ahead and insert the processor, and if it has a control number on it, we want it in at a 3 out of 10 or 30 out of 100. We just want a third of that compressor processor. So a 3 out of 10 or 30 out of 100, Roger?
Okay, the processor is now engaged. It's simply a push button. The only thing I could do is change mic volume. I could also back away from the mic quite a bit.
That would be defeating the purpose. Go ahead and turn the processor off. We'll just run without it there. You probably, ultimately may need to get another microphone. I mean, that really is pretty tinny, and mics today are pretty inexpensive. I would, but you've got that one stuck in a D104, Roger. Well, it's true then. So I would just try another element as opposed to the one that's in there. And if you let's see, if you could get a windscreen to fit over the lollipop part of that D104, then you could work that mic any way you wanted to, Roger.
Roger. Well, I might look into something like that. I'm not. I have so many hobbies here. I don't spend a whole lot of money on ham radio, but I might look into something like that. I appreciate the advice.
Yeah, Roger. I think you could probably spend $5, $6, $10 and get an element that is linear, pretty well linear through the mid-range, and then we could take care of it by proximity effect on the rest of it to get you a nice signal, Roger.
Roger. Well, thank you much. I got a 273 K9ZS clear.
Roger, Don. Well, 73, sir. You have a great afternoon, beautiful weekend, and if you want to hear your radio, if you go to YouTube and do a call letter search for KC9VKV, followed by the word logbook, it will take you to this recording. It'll be cut number 1 in a series of 3,300, and I'll have it uploaded to YouTube by noon tomorrow. So 73 there, Don. We'll catch you later. This is the Friday afternoon Qso-Vlog net. If you have a radio you want to check out, give me a shout.